lot of entrepreneurs got the chance to accelerate and make their startups a growth. Today, we have with us two of our business students from Vijaybhoomi University. We have with us Ms. Archana Jaiswal and Mr. Dixit Soni, who are pursuing their Bachelor in Business Administration at Vijaybhoomi University, and they are going to share their perspective about the Indian version of Shark Tank, that is Shark Tank India, and what are their views. We got to know how it has ignited the spirit of entrepreneurship in India. I am personally most excited for this episode. Before that, happy Vasant Panchami to all the viewers and all the panelists over here. Thank you. I hope you had a great celebrations today of Saraswati Puja. Happy Vasant Panchami, guys. And thanks for joining in today for today's panel discussion, Archana and Dikshit. So starting with off, I wanted to know what was the original or initial reaction when you heard that Shark Tank is coming to India. Dikshit, we can start with you. What was the initial reaction?
So yeah, hello everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yeah, Dikshit.
So yeah, so like when I first got to know that Shark Tank is coming to India, so I was excited. I was excited to see how it will perform in India firstly, and also it is during the phase that when startups are growing in India. Like if you can see now, there are like 83 unicorns in total in India, and 42 were in this year itself. So the craze is also going on, and many students and many people want to pursue their career as an entrepreneur. So and I was waiting to see what effect can Shark Tank India have on this startup ecosystem. So yeah, now it is panning out, and it will grow for sure.
Great, Dikshit. I guess you mentioned highlighted the great point of our unicorns. So talking about the unicorns in the last 5 years, we have seen a lot of unicorns being in the charts, because we have seen it's the right point, as you mentioned, it's the right point. Shark Tank has entered India, where we can see there is a boost of entrepreneurship in India. So great points, Dikshit. What was your initial reaction, Archana?
So my initial reaction when I heard that Shark Tank is coming to India, so already expected Shark Tank India to be a kind of
Actually, we're having a Wi-Fi problem on campus, so we
Sure, sure. Yeah, Archana, you can proceed with your talk. Yeah. You were sharing your reaction. Yeah.
yeah. Sorry for the disturbance. Yeah, so I was saying that people in Shark Tank India, people pitch their ideas, and there are seven sharks who invest their money. So it is a very good initiative taken by them. And Shark Tank India, it is a very unusual success stories on Indian television. And nobody expected Shark Tank India to be kind of sleeper hit it has been. And it has a very different concept other than other reality shows in Indian television, right?
Certainly. Great points, Archana. And the way you decide, the way you mentioned, it's a quite different show, and the response was quite unbelievable. Like in a nation where people start respecting entrepreneurs more than Bollywood is the need of hour, because we have seen the entrepreneurs are the soul of the country, and no one can replace them. We have seen a country where there are a lot of job seekers than job givers. So entrepreneurship, the culture of entrepreneurship, the building of entrepreneurs in the nation is the need of the hour. So we should start respecting these entrepreneurs more than they are Bollywood actors and actresses. So shows like Shark Tank India try to improvise this thing and building a new reality show where entrepreneurs, investors get the respect. much needed respect, so that probably we can live without movies, but we can't live without milk, grains, fruits, or which is easily because of the achievement of the ecosystem built by the entrepreneurs. If we don't have the necessities, if we don't have the comfort, so probably we can't think of the luxury as the third part. And on shows like Shark Tank India trying to create that create that probably the ignition, the awareness about entrepreneurship. So I'm just curious to know, when you thought about there were a lot of vague thoughts and there were vague reactions from a lot of people across the nation about Shark Tank India. But is there any funny incident you want to share when you saw a Shark Tank episode? Before going ahead with a lot of before talking about much needed about what exactly Shark Tank India is there any funny episode you want to discuss which was eye catching for you, which you felt like, yeah, this is something thought provoking?
So I don't remember a particular episode or a particular incident, but it was fun when I saw that memes are going viral. Like Shark Tank India memes were going viral, and due to that, many more people were watching Shark Tank India just to know what it is. Like many people had no idea what Shark Tank actually is, and many people did not even know that it has arrived in India. So due to memes, also many people got to know. And yes, the Ashneer Grover's famous dialogue has also gone viral, which is "ये सब दोगलापन है." And so that's something which was like the drama part of the show. Yeah.
Certainly, I guess you have that's like from the angle of advertising and publicity. That's like a business angle where you have talked about the publicity part, like how the memes can have created a positive publicity for the show. And there were a lot of dialogues. Nevertheless, there were a lot of dialogues from all the sharks. So for all the viewers, we can talk about the sharks. What exactly who are sharks? So the sharks are the people who are basically investing in the business pitches, and the business basically they're making the investments on the startups. So on this show, there were seven sharks. We had from Pius Bansal from Lenskart. We had Namita Thapar from MQR Pharmaceuticals. We have Aman Gupta from Boat. We had Anupam Mithak from Shadi.com or People Group. We had Vinita Singh from Sugar Cosmetics. We had Gajal Alag from Mama Earth, and we had Ashneer Grover, as Dixit mentioned, like whose dialogue "Ye Sab Doglapan hai" from Bharat Pay. So these were the seven sharks from different industries, from different domains. Basically, we can say from different domains. There was from finance domain, there was from marketing, tech domain, there was from home care and the FMCG, there was from medical industry. So there was a mixed range of the sharks were having a different expertise, so they could share a mixed and varied expertise feedback. Basically, we have seen that there were a lot of pitches happened, lot of deals were cracked. But even though if the deals also didn't happen, but there was something the entrepreneurs were taking them for the feedback, much needed feedback. Because if one is in his initial stage, they can take the feedback and they can work on themselves. They can work on the revision of the equity, they can work on the marketing strategy, they can work on the product market fit. So there was a lot of learnings. So these were some of the learnings from my side. I'm curious to know what were the learnings from your side. Archana, we can start with you. What were the top learnings from the episodes?
So, top learnings from, I would like to say that we should prepare with our ideas before we pitch, and we should really, if you can't, and we should learn how to sell our ideas. If you can't sell, nobody will invest in your idea. And we should do a deal that works for everyone. It should be from both side profit. And if you get what you ask for, then you should always take it. And people and investor buy into people as much as ideas. And we should solve our problems and know our absolute bottom going into a negotiation. That's all learning I got from this show.
Great, Archana. I guess, yeah, as you mentioned about the bottom of equation, so basically we have seen that present your idea, and what sort of stake you should dilute. Dixit, we are curious to know what were your learnings from the show.
So from the show, my learnings were basically how you should pitch your product. Like if you have a product or service, you should. Many people have the capability to build something, but they don't have the capability to pitch the product so that someone will buy into it, so that someone will invest into it, right? So I got to understand the nuances of how you should communicate to an investor, to a person who's going to invest in your product, in your idea, and in your vision. So and that's a very particular skill that even investors look for. So I saw many pitches that the product might be like, there might be many competitors for that product, but the investors were happy and satisfied with the conviction and the vision and the idea that the founder showcased on the show in front of the investors. So that plays a huge role as a founder. So like, we can call it the founder's mindset. So that was a huge learning for me.
Yeah, nevertheless, yeah, we have seen some pictures where the investors were betting on the entrepreneurs, not on the idea, but much on the entrepreneurs. They were betting, and they were greatly impressed with the conviction and with the attitude and with the mindset with the founder brings in. Probably this could be because of the conviction, damn conviction for their idea, damn conviction for the vision, and also their past experience which they bring into the table. So, what were the like? If I just ask you in a rapid fire, what were the three terms you can say that you have learned from Shark Tank?
Three terms.
Yeah, three terms. Because there were a lot of shark lessons of the day I have seen at the end of the episode. So, is there some critical terms or is some new terms you could learn from the episode?
New terms in the sense like skills. I talk about skills like selling skills, negotiation skills. So these are the terms basically that that got me interested. Selling skills, negotiation skills, and all. Marketing as well. The thing that they place the product, the positioning of the product, how they showcase their product. So that was very intriguing. So that was another thing. So like marketing and selling, yeah.
Great, great, Dikshit. Archana, I'm curious to know, as you are a business student and you are learning a lot of business concepts, you are learning a lot of business, basically, I can say business lessons in your daily life and in your as a part of your curriculum. Is there some of the business lessons you could correlate with the pitches and with the feedback of the sharks? From the what were your initial what are your views from the pitches, and is there some business lessons you could correlate with the feedback given by these entrepreneurs from these sharks and from the entrepreneurs pitch? Was there any correlation of business lessons?
Sorry, there is a lot of network issue. Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, so basically, I was asking, ki, as you are a business student and you are learning a lot of business concepts and lessons day by day as a part of your curriculum, as a part of syllabus. So, is there any feedback? The sharks were giving their feedback to the entrepreneurs, and there were a lot of lessons around this. So, is there any business lessons you could correlate with the study which you are having in the university and the basically the real business lessons which you learn from the tank? Whether was there any correlation?
Yeah, the first thing was which was correlated is solving the problem. Like your idea, if you're having an idea to build a business, that idea should solve someone's problem, or else that wouldn't be any worth. Like there was one idea which was pitched in Shark Tank India. I think it was a belly button shaper. So these entrepreneurs have found another way to tell people that their bodies aren't perfect. Like if there was one body part left to shame, it it was this. So it was pitched by, I think, Baldev and Jayashree Zumnani, and the navel fukai is a product. Its name. So that helps make you achieve the perfect goal, Nabi. So that was literally stupid. It is not solving your problem, and it is like nobody needs it. So first thing was this, and second thing is you should know how to sell your idea. You should know if you will sell your idea, then only the investor can invest, and they should understand that what is the worth of your idea.
Great. I guess you have highlighted a great business lesson, and which we can correlate with the tank, the happenings in the tank. That was key. Finding the, are you solving a real problem? And the problem, is this a real problem for a mass? Is this a real problem? Great, Archana. And coming to Dixit, Dixit, was there any correlation from your business lessons and the happenings in the tank?
Yeah, so for me, there were many correlations. Like,
Great.
what should be your products and what should be your company's go-to-market strategy? How you should market your product, and the thing where you should have a very broad idea. You should have a very particular idea about where your product fits. Like, what market it fits into. Is this product for a 13-year-old or is this product for a 33-year-old? So having a sense of that is a big deal, and that's something which I learned in my business classes, and that's something which I also saw in the Shark Tank episodes. So yeah.
Great. You have highlighted about the strategy of go-to-market strategy, which you have must have learned in your business lessons, and that's the same replication happened in the tank as well, where the investors were demanding what was the go-to-market strategy if they are in the pre-revenue stage, and if they are not having a proper product market fit, then how they are planning to scale the business. So this was one of the things the investors were looking. Scalability, I guess, this was one of the basically I can say a key indicator for investment, making the investment. Scalability, is the business a scalable business? Great correlations. I guess this would be a must. This would be something sort of a simulation. I guess you can correlate the idea, you can correlate the business lessons with the tank, the happenings in the tank. So it was something sort of a simulation which was happening from your side, and also something sort of a revision maker. If I'm not wrong, I can say truly you were having
Yeah.
something sort of a revision in the tank.
Yes.
It was like fun, and also there was an
Yeah.
entertainment. There
Yeah,
was
it was fun.
also
It was like,
activity.
yeah, so like yeah, something, it's practical. It's not like, it's not something which does not make sense. It's practical and it has to be used, and it you have to put in the work to achieve that thing. Yeah.
Great, Dikshit. I guess I love this term called education plus entertainment, which I call as proudly call as entertainment. So this is for something sort of for business students like us. It would be like it would be entertainment where you are learning while you also uh, entertaining yourselves from the dramatic visions. So going through the dramatic, like you mentioned about the dialogues, dramatic visions, because I have seen like when I had a research around this thing, I have seen a lot of memes around, lot of dialogues, and there were a lot of questions around Quora, Reddit, Twitter. There were a lot of questions people were pushing out. Ki, what were your views? Like, what were your views on the pictures happening on Shark Tank India? Was this aimed to create a positive impact, or was it aimed to create just what I can say entertainment for people, just making the fun of it? So, Dikshit, what do you feel?
So there were, like, when the episodes that I watched, there were many pitches that that aimed to create an impact on the society. Like the one which I remember right now is a farmer from a village in Maharashtra. So he created a cycle which from which you can do the, like, water the crops, so that you
Irrigation.
cannot,
Yeah.
that won't require bulls and any animal. So yeah, many were which would have a positive impact on the society, and for the fun for on the fun part of it, there were also some pitches that were on the fun side of it to keep the drama on and on, because as it's a show and it was the first time, it was a trial and error. They wanted to see if how it performs in India. So yeah, so they had to keep some masala in the show to keep the audience watching. Yes.
Great, Dikshit. So moving ahead, as you mentioned about the, there were a lot of incidents where they're planning to aim to create a positive impact in the society, and also we have seen in the in a lot of episodes and in a lot of pictures where we have seen couplepreneurs where a husband-wife couple has been in the tank. We have seen the basically a lot of jodis. Like if I talk about mother-sister, mother-daughter, and we have seen basically father and son. We have seen episodes where siblings forming a company. We have seen with between companies between father and son, father and basically father grandfather also. There were scenes from where all are trying. We have seen angles from different angles. We have seen where different relationships come to become or start in business. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was a, like, also there was an episode where I quite remember where there was a scene of mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law. So there was a scene where mother-in-law and daughter-in-law, like their saas bahu. So we have seen, like, in Indian shows, we love this masala, as you mentioned. We love this drama masala. So we have been like greatly fascinated by lot of saas bahu serials. So it was quite interesting to see saas bahu being starting in company and presenting their pitch in the Shark Tank. So there was a shift in the mentality.
Yeah.
Like there is no relationship which can't come together to start a business if they have the conviction, as you mentioned, as you already mentioned. If they have the conviction, have you had the jill to, have you had the right mindset to work on it? And certainly, probably I can say from my angle, I can say ki Shark Tank is trying to change this mentality that Indians can also have an interest with business. So let me know from your side, do you think ki the shows like Shark Tank will certainly change the mentality of Indians and the interest in other realities, they will basically have a shift in the interest from other television and reality shows? What is your views? We can start with Archana. What do you think, Archana?
Yes, I think it is a very great idea, and we need this kind of reality shows because it is giving you education and even you are learning, and people will get more motivated to do such kind of things. Either it's investing or either it's pitching your ideas. There are a lot of people who get a lot of good ideas, but they don't have any platform or any like anyone to like pitch their ideas. So this is a great platform where they can come and show their ideas, and the whole world is seeing that. So everyone get to know about that, and the investors give a bird's eye of the companies asking for the investment. So these that's why they are called Sharky, identify the potential of the business investment, and their analysis is based on their experience. They all are have lot of experience. So no doubt even viewers learn so much about how and what entrepreneurs do to make their business successful. And they all the sharks are from different industries, which will give a lot of knowledge. The best part of the show is that practically as common sense needed to run a business is emphasized by the shark, and that teaches a lot to people who either run a business or aspire to do so.
Great, Archana. I guess the perfect phrase you have highlighted for Shark was the bird's eye. Basically, they were having the vision कि this business will work or not. This business or this startup will make money for me or not. In the later run, in the long run, this startup will work for me or not. Because we have already seen कि there are a lot of facts and there are a lot of basically stats which prove कि 99% of the startups fail. 99%, nevertheless, 99% of startups they fail. This could be for different reasons. It could be basically maybe because of the lack of unity between the founders, dispute between the founders, inefficiency of raising funds. That could be building up a product which the market not needs, like we not analyzing the product market fit. So certainly the analysis, as you mentioned, the sharks been from different industry. Their analysis would perfectly work for the entrepreneurs if they're not cracking the deal. They can certainly think of revising their revising their value proposition, revising their equity dilution, or revising their valuation, so that they can crack the right investment later on. Because I have seen the sharks also promoting the entrepreneurs to come in the next episode, in the next season, probably in the next season, with a revised plan of action, so that they would be happy to join in hands with them. And also some sharks were also interested to join in hands with them in the maybe outside the tank, if they just change some of their business strategies, some of their revenue strategies, pricing strategies. So certainly there was a lot of learnings for the entrepreneurs who were who were inside the tank, and there were also a lot of learning for outside the tank for the aspiring entrepreneurs. As you mentioned, there was a change in the mentality, and there were a lot of learnings. Like students like us, as you mentioned, there were you could correlate the business lessons with the happenings in the tank. So going with Dixit, do you think the change of the mentality, as I mentioned, of Indians and the interest in other reality, building an interest over other Indian television or reality shows?
So yeah, like this shift will happen, not like instantly, but yes, it will take some time, and this shift will happen. Also, as per the reviews that Shark Tank India has been getting up till now, many Indians and many youngsters like us have been enjoying this show, and have been looking much more into it and exploring entrepreneurship after after, like, getting to know what the show is. So like, if you like an idea, or if you see, like, okay, so this founder is pitching his product like this, and he's saying that his company's valuation is this $1 million. So he'll then go and search on Google, like, what is a valuation, and how do you break into the equity part of it. So these are the parts where, where the youngsters that are interested in business will get a stage and will get an opportunity to, to just show the world that what they can create and what they can bring to the table. So yeah, it's definitely a stage for the youngsters, and uh, it will help us a lot.
Great points, Dikshit. And as you mentioned, like the curiosity of making a search, making a Google search for the terms which we learn from the Shark Tank, and like as you mentioned about the valuation of the company, maybe something like there were a lot of publicity for the there were a lot of publicity for the startups which came to the Shark Tank. Like they had a much needed free publicity, I can say. Like we can say that they had a much needed free publicity, and there was also a significant increase in the social engagement outside the tank. So let me take a pause from my questions, and there is an interesting question from one of our audience, and I would like to basically state the question, and if anyone would love to take it up. So the question says, when they come to pitch the idea, how is their company's valuation made, and what will you say about dilution of their company? What do you understand by dilution? So this is something similar to, I guess, from the area of finance. So Dikshit, Archana, who want to take it up? So I will just break the question into two parts. So for the first question says, when they come to pitch the idea, how is the company's valuation made? So Dikshit, would you like to take it up and give an idea how the company's valuation made?
Okay, so the company's valuation, how it's made, is basically when the company started, there's the shares are diluted, and one share is for 10 rupees. So on the basis of what the founder asked on the show, on the basis of that, let's say 30% or 20%, on the basis of that, the whole valuation, or the total 100% of the company is calculated. And so that's some simple easy math which you can even find online. So yeah, so it's mostly and the share value is always 10 rupees in the beginning.
Great, Dikshit. I guess this must have answered the question of the attendee. And the second part of the question says, and what will you say about dilution of the company? What do you understand by dilution? So, what exactly you mean by dilution?
uh, so dilution of the company is basically how much of the equity you keep on giving to the uh, investors and the funds that keep on investing in the company. So as your company grows, as your startup grows, you need more investors to invest money so that you can keep your operations running, right? So for that, when you have to give away equities of your company and provide stake to the investors. So that's how the company keeps on diluting and diluting. That's how the shares get diluted, and that's what dilution basically means. And one particular part where founders take care is they take care that they do not dilute the company in the initial stages, so that in the later stages they have a big hold on the company. So that's why they don't dilute in the initial stages. Yes.
Thank you, Dixit. I guess you have perfectly answered the questions of the attendee, and thank you for your valuable points. I guess it was damn challenging for you as well to figure out the terms and the valuation, because it's some part of your lessons. Archana, would you like to add something?
No, whatever Dixit said, it is right.
Great, great. Thank you, Dixit, for and just we have discussed a lot of pitches happened where coming with wrong paths where she was saying ki the your company, so that's the reason. So
Valuation for a company.
great. Thank you, Dikshit, for your valuable inputs. I guess it has perfectly answered the question for the audience, and I guess the statements you made about the total adaptation mixture, the factors for stating the valuation, it would be really helpful for the viewers if they're planning for starting a startup, and what would be the price they should value it. Thank you for your inputs. So going ahead, and also I would request all our viewers questions in the chat. Social media will be in this episode. Going ahead with the discussion, we have seen that uh, we can use entertainment, we can use advertisement to promote a message, because we have seen what are the in one of the objective of advertisement is key. If you want to promote a new message, you have to promote an idea. You can use advertisement as a mass, or you can use entertainment as a mass, like we have seen in ancient days. There was street plays, there was nukkad nataks, there was drama, promote a message, to promote a social cause. So do you think Shark Tank India is something similar to that, where we are promoting the entrepreneurship, how soul of the country, how I can say they're the pulse of the country, and we are in need of entrepreneurs, in the need of the art, because there is a strong urgency need of entrepreneurs in the country. We had a end of the 35 episodes. So do you think we are aiming for creating more entrepreneurs and job creators, so, like shows from Shark Tank?
Yeah,
Would you like
definitely. We shows like Shark Tank will encourage uh, people to take up on their ideas and create the products that they always wanted to, and leave their current like which stories are like. But yeah, like shows like this will help.
create Dikshit? You have a different opinion?
Yeah, I agree with it, because people, some of have ideas, but they don't know whom to pitch. They can't like implement the idea. So this is a very great platform, and when people will get to know about it, more people will come and they will pitch their ideas, and if they get invested, of course we will get new entrepreneurs and our problems will be solved.
Yeah, and adding to the point, I would also like to say that even our government has recognized that startups are definitely a factor that is pushing the economy, creating and that is bringing in revenue in the form of tax to the government. So for that, and uh, was for which is a big step. Government is Yeah.
I guess government is supporting the startups, and thanks for stating the fact that like government has your back, like government has your back to support you for your ideas, to support you for your startup venture.
Yeah.
Great to know that. So this is a typical question, but I'm curious to know. We have talked a lot about the what are the likings, what were the learnings from starting India. But is there something you don't like about starting? Because there were a lot of I have seen a lot of questions in the social media, space. A lot of people were discussing ki, this was fake and this the deals are not happening, because we have seen there were like 40 crore plus investment deals happened in the tank. From 198 pitches, there were some in 198 investment pitches happened. From these 60,000 shortlisted, there was like 60,000 applications were sent, and out of that 198 investment pitches were shortlisted, and out of that 40% of the investment, 40 crore plus investment deals happened. So what is something you don't like about Shark Tank India? What was something you don't like?
I would like Archana to go first.
Cool. Archana, was there something you don't like about Shark Tank?
I don't have any particular thing. Like, I like the idea, I like the show, but as I heard that it was scripted and all, I don't know how far it is right, but there was a humor that it is scripted, and also I heard that Mr. Groover, the one of the shark, he used to become very aggressive and says abusive words or something. So I didn't like the thing, but it's nothing like a particular, but it is, or the show, I like the show.
Great, Archana. Actually, I wanted you to be as like a devil's eye, and also see from the angle of a devil, like seeing the angle of a devil. And if you were like probably, as Dixit was talking about, there was a lot of positive publicity, and there was a lot of interest which raised from, and there was a lot of traction which Shark Tank India literally managed to bring on. And there was a lot of interest towards the Indians to watch, and they're waiting for the next season probably. So if you want something, there should be something improvements in the side of what they can do in the inside the tank. So what was something you don't like, Dikshit?
So something that I did not like, uh, I'm not really sure, and I also gave this a thought, but I would like to answer it in a different way. I would not like it if if in future, in the coming seasons, this show Shark Tank India just turns more on the entertainment side of it and comes less on the side, the realistic investment side of it, and comes more on the entertainment side of it. So that would disappoint me, because show that they are value valuable for the people who watch the show and for the people who want to be on the show, right? So which would not people.
So if I'm not, so if I got it right, you wanted to say that lose their intention to promote. And rather, if I can say like, if they run behind TRP
Yeah,
rather
if
than
they run behind TRP, because if there's more entertainment, they would be like, yeah, more people are watching it. So if they run behind TRP, then they would lose on the valuable viewers that are watching the show, right?
certainly. So the valuable viewer who are constantly watching the show and promoting the show and getting immense learnings from the show. So probably they would be losing their valuable viewership. Probably that's great to hear that from Dikshit, and the angle which you have portrayed. Ki, yeah, you won't like that to be happening in the next season. So that's a great feedback. Which if the Shark Tank promoter can take it as a feedback, great feedback. So my last question would be to you guys would be best shark. Had a lot of passion, and they have the reason they have built this conviction, something of entrepreneurship, promoting a lot of entrepreneurship culture, and they're giving employment to thousands of people. probably as every company has a employment venture of more than 1,000 plus. So they are doing a great, fabulous work. But according to you, and what were the according to you, and seeing the analysis of the sharks, who was the best shark according to you?
For me, the best shark was Piyush Bansal, uh, because I like the, that he used to show his faith in the founder. Most of his, like, not most but many of his investments, he look for that, for that determination in the founder. And yes, the idea and the vision was always there. And I also liked his reasoning. He also had very good reasons for his investments. He also had very good feedbacks for the other pitches that did not made it for to the investment round. So the feedbacks and the reasonings, and all, so this made me feel like, yeah, this is someone who's, knowledgeable, and knows and wants to help people. Like, of course, every shark was there to help someone, help all the people. But yeah, Piyush Bansal is the best shark for me. And even one episode where I mentioned the farmer from Maharashtra, from a village
Yeah.
in Maharashtra, who created a motor where you can water the plants. So for him, gave he you know like he invested his amount, and for 0% interest, for 0% interest. So that was something which made me feel like, yes, he's someone who wants entrepreneurship to grow in India. And so yeah, that's why he's the best shark for me.
Great, Dikshit. I guess that was a fabulous answer from you, and the reason behind your your likeliness was quite correct, because the reasoning and the clarity he had shown in the tank for the entrepreneurs, that was great. So Archana, coming back to you, who is the best shark according in the Shark Tank according to you?
So, as you said, all the sharks are intelligent and super successful people in their own domain. But my favorite is Anupam Mittal. He was founder and CEO of Shadi.com, and I felt like he is the down to earth person and a humble guy. Anupam gives his genuine feedback, and even when he don't like the idea which other people pitch, he used to give his feelings in a polite manner.
Great, great, Archana. I guess that was lovely from your side also. Talking about Anupam and his nature of down to earth nature. So that was a great part from your side. So we have a couple of questions from. So I would um, shark took the. So can that shark sell that company? Does he have the full power? So this is a bit of technical. Dikshit, who, who wants to take it up?
So yeah, I don't remember that episode. 50% of the company. Uh, yeah, like, can that sell that company? I don't think, because he hasn't, and that's why he has percent of that company, and he's clearly not looking to, not at least months or years. I think he has any sell the company at the moment, because the 50% power stays with the founder. And it will always be a decision of both the sides when in future they want to sell the company. But also in future, before the company is sold, there will be a lot of different deals with other investors, because it's not like you create a company, you get an initial investment, and you sell a company to some bigger company, because a bigger company will only buy out companies that have that have customers, and that have a good reach. So I don't. So yeah, he has no power to sell the company, the shark.
Great, Dikshit. I guess thank you, Dikshit, for answering the question. And like you have put on the great value to the question also. And I guess our attendee's answer should be like he must be convinced with the answer you have given. Archana, would you like to add something more? I guess we have lost Archana for a while. Nevertheless, thank you, Dixit, for answering the question of the audience. So there was another question we have captured from our social media. Like the question says like, whom do you think should be one of the shark according to you, and who could be a shark in the Shark Tank?
Oh
And
yes, I was thinking about it. I was thinking about it. So I in the coming seasons, I want to see Kunal Shah from Cred and Vijay Shekhar Sharma from Paytm. I would like to see these two sharks on the like in the next season, because I've been following Kunal Shah and his talks, and Kunal Shah has some really insightfulness on business, on startups, and on life basically. And I've seen his podcast, I've heard his podcast as well, and every sentence and every word that he speaks has some value attached to it. So he puts in the thought to whatever he says, and he puts in the thought to whatever he wants to do. And who is not impressed by the marketing and advertising that Crate does? And Kunal Shah is the one behind it, right? So I would like to see Kunal Sharma.
great, Dikshit. I guess that was a great thing. And talking about, we would be also lovely to see Kunasha, as you mentioned, like as you talked about, Kunasha has a more impactful words. So I guess passion to me the interested to watch Archana. She has a shark in the coming seasons of Shark Tank India.
I did not think about it, so I don't have any answer for that.
Great. No worries. So probably that's lovely to see you guys over here, and lovely to see you about seeing your perspective and the views about Shark Tank India. So together we have seen that we can work on creating the basically promoting the culture of entrepreneurship through the shows like Shark Tank India, and also it's lovely to see you as business students focusing on the aspects of creating the platform and creating promoting this platform, promoting Shark Tank India with your friends. I guess pretty much you must be having these discussions in your, maybe in your cafeteria or in your hostel rooms. You must be having these discussions, and this nitty gritties can help you to basically learn a lot of things. And we have also discussed the with this session. Like it would be great to know what are your future plans, like what are your future roadmap, like how you are planning for your future roadmap. You can share, and probably best wishes for that. Dixit, we can start with you. What are your future roadmap?
So the future roadmap is basically to pass to graduate after graduation, to start off somewhere in the marketing space, in the marketing analytics space. And yeah, in the coming future, I also am looking to start my own business. But
Great.
there are some ideas which I have to work upon, and that will of course take some time, and that will also require me to be to be encouraged all the time, to have that grit in me. So yeah, and shows like Shark Tank will definitely help me during this process.
Great to see that. I guess your best wishes, first of all, best wishes for your entrepreneurial venture, like for your future and entrepreneurial venture. It's just, we wish you the best for your success. And coming back to Archana, what are your future? What is your future roadmap? What do you want to be?
So I want to become a successful HR, and by becoming an HR, I would like to help startup to grow.
Great. I guess both of your plans are envisioned to promote this culture of entrepreneurship and to help the startups, basically help the startups and the entrepreneurs. And it is lovely to see the young minds like you to be in the space of job creators, not in the space of job seekers. Because if nevertheless HR is also recruiting more people for the employee, and also you as you mentioned, you want to, so basically and you are being a part of the ecosystem. So that's lovely to Dixit and Archana. And discussion was Shark Mind and lovely to see best wishes for your future endeavors. And the viewers who are joining us from the for on a social media platform and who are going to watch, I hope you had a good sort of learning, and there were a lot of learnings from your side. I hope you keep watching this shows which give you motivated, and as you mentioned, Dixit, and as Dixit highlighted, which has some value proposition to learn rather than more sort of entertainment, but also learning has been a core idea from this source. So keep watching this source, and we see of Shark Tank are also excited for the next season. Watching, and the viewers who are subscribing us and liking our content, stay tuned for the next episode, which is on next Saturday at 5 p.m. Bye, guys. Thank you for joining us.
Bye.